Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guns and Guitars, and today we are going to be talking about everyday carry flashlights, okay? My second most used tool in my pocket, first being my pocket knife, of course, but I absolutely love flashlights, and I carry these Olights pretty much every day. Now, you guys know that I'm a huge fan of Olight, but I wouldn't exactly call them budget-friendly. This S1R Baton II Titanium comes in at about $100. Now, I'm super excited because I have found an awesome brand that compares with the Olight for less than half the price. If you guys want to know what that is, stick around. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, let's get started. Now, I love my S1R Baton II so much that I actually have a backup. That way I can always have one on the charger and one in my pocket. Now, the non-titanium version runs about $75, so a little bit cheaper, but not exactly budget friendly. Definitely an excellent value for what you get. You know, you get a 1,000 lumen flashlight, lots of different brightness settings, two-way pocket clip that's absolutely genius, a magnetic backing so that you can stick it inside the hood of your car while you're working on it, whatever. I mean, just a fantastic shockproof, waterproof IPX8 flashlight, okay? Excellent for everyday carry. I can't imagine a better flashlight. But I recently found this ThruNite T1. Now, look at the size difference. It's not much bigger, okay? It's definitely sleek enough to carry in your pocket on a daily basis, but this one is actually 1,500 lumens, and as you can see, has the genius two-way pocket clip, so clip it to your hat, or clip it facing down on your shirt so you can free up your hands. Also has a magnetic backing, shockproof, waterproof IPX8, pretty much every feature that the Olight has, and this thing only will set you back $39. Okay, $100, $75, $39. Amazing, right? Again, I liked it so much that I got a second one. This one is supposed to be desert tan. I call it metallic diarrhea. Okay, it's definitely not desert tan. It's definitely not gonna match any of your Magpul accessories, but still you need to have two different colors so you can tell them apart nonetheless. And these are incredible little flashlights. Now, the Olights are awesome because they have a million different brightness settings, okay? You can do super bright, medium, turbo, which gets you that full 1,000 lumens. And then you've also got your strobe setting, and even the 1 lumen moonlight mode. So if you're at a campsite and need to go pee on a tree in the middle of the night and you don't want to blind yourself, that's what that setting's for, right? Now, the cool thing about these ThruNite T1s is they actually have an infinite brightness adjustment. Okay, you turn it on and then you just hold it down and it'll get brighter and then blink when it's at max and then start dimming. It'll go all the way down to the bottom and it'll blink again when it's at minimum. So you have infinite adjustment all the way from, I think it's 10 lumens all the way up to the full 1,500 lumens. And then again, you can double click and get your turbo 1,500 lumen setting, and then triple click gives you the strobe just like the Olight does. And then of course, hold down the button and then you can turn on the same 1 lumen moonlight mode setting. So it literally has every feature that the Olight has, just in a slightly bigger package for less than half the price, okay? I would say the only drawback that this doesn't have that the Olight wins is obviously it's a little bit smaller, a little sleeker, and it has that awesome magnetic charging base that just breaks away really easily whenever you need it. This charges via a micro USB port right on the back of it that's covered by a little rubber grommet to keep it that IPX8 waterproof. Definitely not as sleek and as streamlined as the Olight, but less than half the price and even brighter, infinite brightness adjustment and shockproof, waterproof. It's amazing. It's incredible. Now, the other flashlight that I want to show you is the WowTac A7. Now, as you can see, this one's quite a bit bigger. This is more like your traditional flashlight, okay? Instead of having a magnetic backing, it has a push button in the back, and then it has your standard different brightness settings. So you start out at 10 lumens, and then you can go all the way up to 1,000 lumens. So a pretty dang cool little light. I would say the one thing that this thing is missing is it doesn't have the two-way pocket clip, and I definitely miss that magnetic backing, but it does have the blunt object like glass breakers on the front and back. So this is definitely more like a traditional flashlight. And because it is bigger, it does have a larger battery. And so the battery does last a lot longer. Same thing, rechargeable lithium battery, just like the ThruNite and the Olights. And again, it charges via a micro USB as opposed to the magnetic charging base that the Olights come with. But this is 1,000 lumens, multiple brightness settings, including strobe. So turn it on and you hold it down, and that's how you get it into strobe mode. IPX8 waterproof, shockproof, and this one comes in at $29. Now you might be thinking, for its size, you might be comparing it to the Olight Baton Pro, right? Now this is, again, an excellent flashlight, but definitely not a budget flashlight, okay? But size-wise, yeah, it definitely competes more with the WowTac A7. Now, obviously this is 2,000 lumens. This one's only 1,000, which saying only 1,000 is just hilarious, right? Okay, I remember back in the day when if you had a flashlight that was 100 lumens, it was the brightest on the block, right? Measly 1,000 lumens, right? 129, 29, okay? But if you do want something that can compete brightness setting with this, you might want to check out the ThruNite TC15. Now, I don't actually have one to demo and review, but it's the same size as the A7, but it comes in at 2,300 lumens. So if you really need that super brightness. Now, these flashlights are tiny and they are all super bright. And I find myself, I pretty much never use the brightest settings on these, okay? It just drains the battery too fast. It's not super practical. The only time I really want the brightness is if I'm trying to scare away a wild animal or a wild two-legged creature of some kind. I mean, that's when the ultra bright settings and the strobe features come in handy, is when you're trying to disorient an animal or a person, right? So 2,300 lumens, probably a bit too bright for me, which is why I don't have one. But I do really love the A7. I do really love the ThruNite T1, and then of course I do love the Olights, and I don't want to say that these are putting the Olights to shame. I think there's still a lot to love about these. They're an excellent value for what you get, but when you can get these at less than half the price, that's what my channel is all about, right? Spend less, play more. Have the most amount of fun for the least amount of money. So, if you like this video and you like saving money, definitely click on that playlist of other best budget everyday carry accessories. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and I'll see you in that playlist over there.